everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am here to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So, I did a little bit of testing last week. I wore some of the travel sprays that I just hauled, and then just some normal fragrances. So yeah, I've got a lot here. I'm super excited to talk about them, and I'm going to jump right in. So I'm going to start with the first little sample that I wore. This is one that has been recommended to me many times, and it's one that one of you was really interested in knowing about. This is from L'Artisan Parfumeur, and this is called Tea for Two. And I've had a few of you tell me that this is like your favorite tea fragrance. I've had people say that it's like in their top 10 for life. They couldn't live without it. This is really nice. Now, I will say when I used, I think I had about, I don't know, this was almost full, so almost a mil, and I used most of it. So I did go pretty hard, which I usually do when I'm testing fragrances. And I've heard that this one is on the lighter side, so I did go pretty hard with this one. When I first put this on, I got real tobacco vibes from it. Now, I don't know if there's tobacco in it or not. I haven't looked up the notes on this one, but it went very tobacco forward on my skin just at the beginning. And then as it started to dry down, that kind of tobacco leaf aspect of it went away, and it started to dry down to this really beautiful, warm, soft tea fragrance. So yeah, would I buy a full bottle of this? Probably not, just because L'Artisan is quite expensive. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't like fall in love with it or anything. I definitely, if you're interested in it though, I would definitely encourage you to try to find a sample and to test it, because I think it will perform a lot different, and it does perform very differently on other people than it did on me. I have really weird skin chemistry. I'll be the first to admit that. A lot of things that work for others don't work for me, and vice versa. But I did think that this was really pretty. I just didn't like fall in love with it. So anyways, that is L'Artisan Tea for Two. I know one of you was really interested in my thoughts on that one. And yeah, if you're still interested in it, I would definitely suggest trying to find a decant of it or a sample. I would send you this one, but I think there's maybe, I don't know, 1/10 of a mil left in here. So yeah. So anyways, L'Artisan Tea for Two. Okay, let's go through the decants that I tested. The first one is Flowerbomb Nectar EDP Intense from Viktor and Rolf. This is a really beautiful fragrance. I've had people recommending this fragrance to me for a while now. I finally was able to get my hands on a decant of it, which I'm very excited. It's really beautiful. It is like a kind of a slightly fruity version of Flowerbomb. I definitely can still smell that Flowerbomb, that original Flowerbomb DNA there. But this one is juicier and fruitier, and it has this really beautiful gunpowder note in it that isn't super prominent. Like, it's not overpowering. It doesn't make it smell weird or anything, but it makes it smell very unique. It definitely has this really beautiful, unique quality to it. So anyways, that is Flowerbomb Nectar EDP Intense from Viktor and Rolf. This one, let me tell you how the Tea for Two. So the Tea for Two, another reason why I wasn't over the moon for this one is because it didn't last long on me. I think I got about 2 hours out of this before it was just like completely gone, which I kind of like sometimes. It was nice that I was able to go through like a full journey with a fragrance, and within 2 hours I was able to move on to something else. But if you're looking for something that's going to give you any kind of longevity, this one, it didn't last super long on me. So anyways, yeah, about 2 hours out of the L'Artisan. The Flowerbomb Nectar, this one lasted a little bit long. Well, not a little bit longer, a lot longer. I definitely got a good 5 to 6 hours out of this one. It wasn't a beast on me, but it wasn't horrible either. It projected for maybe the first couple of hours, and then after that it started to wear pretty close to the skin. And then after about I would say about 5 hours, I really couldn't smell much of it at all. Now I could still smell it on my clothing, just not on me at all anymore. So yeah, definitely solid performer. It is a really, really beautiful fragrance. Do I think I need more than this decant? Probably not. Just because these aren't my favorite kinds of fragrances in the world. But for what this is, it's really, really nice. I'm very happy to have a decant in my collection. And I really love that very unique gunpowder note in this. So anyways, that is, again, Flowerbomb Nectar EDP Intense from Viktor and Rolf. Okay, the next one that I tested is Vie Est Belle L'eclat. And this is a no-go for me. This is like Vie Est Belle, but it's really, really syrupy, sweet, cloying sweet to me. And yeah, this just was not my favorite. Yeah, this one will probably end up going up on Mercari just because I don't know. I just have to come to the realization that Lancome fragrances in general just aren't for me, like in their regular line. Now I love a lot in the, what is that, the higher end line, that like Oud Bouquet and Jasmine's Marzipan. A lot of those I really love, but as far as just the regular line of fragrances, I'm just not a huge fan. And I'm really just not a huge fan of Vie Est Belle. So yeah, this was no exception. This one is much sweeter and much more syrupy than even the original Vie Est Belle. So yeah, this is a no-go for me. It lasted a pretty long time though. I definitely got a good 6 hours out of this. And yeah, it's, I'm trying to think because I wore it and then I ended up taking a shower that evening. So it stayed on me until I took a shower. So it's kind of a beast. Yeah, but anyways, that is Vie Est Belle L'eclat, not my favorite. Oh, and then last but not least of the decants that I tried my Prada Candy Gloss. Oh my gosh, do I love this fragrance, you guys. It is so beautiful. The problem with this one though is that it just does not last very long. This performed really badly, like even worse than the original Prada Candy. But there's something about this that I love. I smell, yeah, for some reason, it goes melon-like on paper. It does not do that on my skin at all, though. But for whatever reason, something about how this reacts with whatever paper I've got here, it ends up going melon-like, but there's nothing melon in this. This is beautiful cherry, even though I don't smell cherry on the paper, but on skin, you can smell it. It's like this gorgeous cherry. I think it's got a little bit of almond in it. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's creamy. It's just beautiful. It almost has a skin-like quality to it. It's so good. I wore this. We went downtown for the Christmas parade in my little town here, and yeah, I wore this to the Christmas parade downtown, and it was nice because it was pretty chilly out that night, and this was just super like cozy and lovely for, I don't know, maybe an hour, and then it completely disappeared after that. But I'm gonna end up picking up a full bottle of this because I really enjoy it. Even though it lasts like all of an hour, it performs kind of like a body spray. I don't know, I love it enough that I do want a full bottle of it. So anyways, that is Prada Candy Gloss. That is definitely full bottle. A full bottle of that will be coming in the near future. Okay, I also wanted to include some fragrances that Charlotte wore this week because she has been asking me more and more if she can put on some perfume, which I love. And then I'll say, of course, and she'll say, and then I'll ask her, you know, what kind of perfume are you in the mood for? And she'll be like, I want something really refreshing, really citrusy, and then I'll pick something. Or she'll be like, I want something really cozy, and I'll pick something. So anyway, one morning before school, she was like, I want something really, really refreshing and citrusy smelling. And I was like, perfect. So I pulled out this is the C.O. Bigelow Lemon fragrance. And this is beautiful. It smells like fresh squeezed lemons. It's just straight citrus, light, bright lemons. So anyways, I sprayed this all over her and she went to school smelling like fresh lemons and sunshine. She loved it. So anyways, that is a Charlotte perfume for this week, and that is CO Bigelow Lemon. Okay, next is another fragrance that I just picked up a full bottle of. I gave this a good full wear test, and I'm glad I did because, sorry, let me tell you what this is first. This is Delicious Cotton Candy from Gale Hayman. For whatever reason, when I first sprayed this on my hand and tested it after I first got it, it didn't go pink sugar on me. However, when I did a good full wear test and applied it all over like I normally do most fragrances, after about an hour, it dried down to basically pink sugar. So if you are a fan of pink sugar, I think you'll really like this. If you're not a fan of pink sugar, I don't think that you're going to like this at all. I will tell you, it is a lot less burnt smelling than pink sugar. This one is a little bit lighter. I would say that this is kind of a cross between Michel Germain Sugarful and pink sugar. It falls somewhere in between there, but I definitely got pink sugar vibes from it. I'm super glad to have it in my collection. I love it. It's like a little bit of a lighter version of pink sugar, and it's sugary and yummy and my kind of fragrance. So yeah, I really like it. I'm really interested in more fragrances from Gale Hayman. I've been interested in them for a long time. I've just I don't know. I just have been, I don't know, kind of dragging my feet on getting them because I've been kind of afraid I wasn't going to like them, but I don't know. I really like this one, so I'm definitely going to be checking out more in the future. So anyways, that is Delicious Cotton Candy from Gale Hayman. This was a beast of a fragrance too. I wouldn't say it's as much of a beast as pink sugar. I definitely didn't get like 12 hours out of it. Like pink sugar is like a crazy beast. I can get 12 plus hours out of that. I think I got about 6 or 7 hours out of this. Yeah, it was right around 6 or 7 hours. So perfectly acceptable, especially for such an affordable fragrance. So anyways, again, Delicious Cotton Candy from Gale Hayman. Oh, okay. This next one is a Ganache fragrance, and I pulled this out for my Ganache collection video, and I kept it out because I knew I wanted to wear it before I put it back. This is Ganache Snuggle. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. I have no idea what is in this, and I don't think that I can find the notes for this anymore. I will definitely try to find the notes for this, but something about this is so gorgeous, and this leans a little bit masculine on me. This one does lean a little bit masculine, but it is like the most snuggly masculine fragrance, and that is, snuggle is like the perfect word for it, because it is like the most snuggly, like masculine, slightly gourmand fragrance ever. Performance on this was not great. I got maybe 2, maybe 3 hours out of this. It didn't perform well at all, but I don't care, because especially when I'm at home, and I think, did I wear this? No, I do think I wore this to work. So yeah, after a couple hours I couldn't smell perfume on me anymore, but yeah, I don't even care. I love it because it's a beautiful discontinued Ganache fragrance that I will cherish, and it's really an interesting fragrance. It's like a slight gourmand that leans masculine. So really, really nice. So anyways, that is Snuggle. I will try my hardest to find notes for that, but I don't know if I will be able to. Okay, next I wore this fragrance, but I just picked up a new bottle of this, which you will see in a haul video that I will be filming soon. So I just pulled the bottle that I had. I tested that bottle though, just to, I don't know, just to get it working, just to get that bottle going. But anyways, this is YSL Manifesto. I think this is the second week in a row I've worn this. I love this. This is a really tonka heavy fragrance. It's got other notes in it, but to me, I just get the tonka. It's so tonka heavy, and I'm just such a lover of tonka bean. And I love this. It's like vanilla and tonka, and oh, it's so warm and cozy. This one isn't sweet at all, or maybe just like the slightest bit sweet. It's just, I love this fragrance. This is one of my like top 10 for life fragrances. I adore it. It gives me, number one, this one just works really well on my skin. And number two, it's just such a beautiful, cozy fragrance and so tonka heavy. I just adore it. I can't wait to show you guys. I got a limited edition bottle and I'm so excited to share that one with you. But anyways, yeah, I wore Manifesto. This is this one, it's not the best performer, but it's not the worst. I can get about 5 hours out of Manifesto. Yeah, and I usually don't I haven't been overspraying because I haven't had that much. I just sent off another partial bottle to a perfume friend. We just did a decant swap, and so I sent her a partial bottle because she had never smelled Manifesto before. So yeah, because I didn't have a lot, I wouldn't super overspray this. So I will have to overspray and see if I can get maybe 8 hours or so out of it. But without overspraying, I can get about 6 hours. So anyways, that is YSL Manifesto. And then anytime I pull out Manifesto, I always pull this one out too. This bottle looks rough because it had this little ugly bow right here that keeps falling off. This is an Armaf fragrance. This is Armaf Enchanted Katarina Light Blue. And oh my gosh, this is supposed to be a clone of Manifesto L'Elixir, I believe. Yeah, Manifesto L'Elixir, I believe. I'll, of course, have the name on the screen for you. But this is beautiful. It's like Manifesto in that it's this beautiful vanilla tonka fragrance, but this is sweet. This is like Manifesto if you added a bunch of sweetness to it. So it's like a sweet Manifesto, and I think this has got almond in it as well. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This one, again, does not perform the best. This one's worse than Manifesto even. I can get maybe 3 or 4 hours out of it, which I don't care. This is so inexpensive. I want to say I paid maybe $25 max for it. So, and it's a gorgeous fragrance. So yeah, I don't mind. I do only get maybe 3 or 4 hours out of it, which is perfectly fine. Whenever I wear this one, I just reapply all day long, and I love it. It's so good. So anyways, that is Armaf Enchanted Katarina Light Blue. Okay, and then another fragrance that Charlotte, she is like obsessed with this fragrance. She loves it. She wants to wear it all the time. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying another bottle of this soon because between the two of us, this is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection too. And between the two of us, we're just going to blow through this, which is fine. It's so affordable. This is Oscar de la Renta Lavender, and this is the most beautiful milky lavender fragrance. Milky, slightly sweet, soft lavender. And it smells amazing on Charlotte. Anytime she wears this, she's so cute. She gets it and she'll just put like one spray on her and then one spray on each wrist. And it just radiates off of her. She just, as she walks around the house, she's trailing this like beautiful milky lavender fragrance. I love this. I wear this one to bed a lot because it is super, super comforting and cozy. I just love it. It's one of my favorite fragrances, hands down, in my collection. And I think it's so cute that Charlotte loves this so much too. And I think the reason she loves it so much is because she's smelled it on me so much. She associates the smell of this with me, and which is the sweetest thing ever. So I think that's why she loves it now and wants to smell like it too. So anyways, that is Oscar de la Renta Lavender. Performance on this guy is not good at all. I can smell it better on Charlotte, in fact, than I can myself. So I think it's one of those fragrances that probably performs better than I think it does, because I quit smelling it, but I can smell it on her still. So I'm thinking this probably is more like a 4-hour wear time. Rather than like an hour, which is what I associate with it because I stopped smelling it after like an hour, but I smelled this on Charlotte for a good 3 or 4 hours at least. So yeah, I'm going to start saying this is more of like a 3-4 hour fragrance because, yeah, now that I have the experience of smelling it on somebody else, I do think it lasts longer. So anyways, that is Oscar de la Renta Lavender. And then last but not least, holy cow, do I have a newfound appreciation for this fragrance. This is still from Jennifer Lopez, and I am so glad I have this huge bottle of this. This is a 3.4 ounce bottle. And I pulled this out because it was one of the fragrances that I need to give more love to. I took a bath late in the evening last night, and I sprayed this all over before or after I got out of the bath. And then Charlotte and I had to go to the grocery store, and it was one of those, oh my gosh, it was one of those situations where every time I moved in the grocery store, I was like, gosh, what smells so good? And then I would realize it's me that smells so good because this fragrance smells amazing. This is like the most beautiful sweet tea fragrance. It's clean, sweet tea. It is so, so good. I get like the slightest bit of Elizabeth Arden green tea vibes from it. It doesn't smell like green tea, but there's that same kind of tea quality to it, I guess. Oh my goodness. And then all night last night, I kind of tossed and turned a lot last night, and I kept waking up, and which I do all the time. If it's like the first night that I have to set an alarm and I have to wake up to an alarm again after the weekend, I usually don't sleep well for some reason. So I kept tossing and turning all night, and I kept getting a whiff of this perfume like every time I moved. And you know, I was all warm and toasty in my covers and my bed. So it was just like radiating this fragrance. And I was like, holy crap, that smells so good. And it was this. When I first picked this up and I first wore it, I think I got maybe an hour or two out of it. Of course, it was hot out. Now that I've tested this in the cold, this thing is a beast in the cold. I could still smell this on myself this morning when I got into the shower. So yeah, like it hung around from the time, I think I put it on at about 5 o'clock in the evening last night, and I could smell it, like really smell it on myself every time I moved until I got into the shower this morning. It is such a beautiful, underrated fragrance. Like, I had no idea I was gonna fall so hard in love with this, but this is one that's probably gonna live out somewhere because I'm gonna wear it, oh my gosh, a lot more than I have been. So anyways, that is still from Jennifer Lopez. That is such a newfound love in my collection. And that is going to be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.